Are you voguing? I think Aaron's voguing. that's a lot of vogue right there. You go, guy. Get down with your bad self. KK or Brian is just holding back his vogue. You know, you can almost see blood running down his nose. He's must not vogue. I know it.
Oh, wait a minute! I need something to help me get into character for today.
Oh, Jesus!
For this.
Perfect time.
That is the scariest opening line I've heard.
Going into his toy closet.
Yes, toy closet. Oh God, a Joker's jacket.
Those pumpkins.
No, they're flowers.
Flowers. Okay.
Flowers.
Okay.
That is not only strange but vague as to what that symbolizes. But okay.
You're gonna love where this is going. Actually, there's a specific reason why. Because KK has a plan for what's going on with this person.
If I got $1 for every time I heard, you're gonna love where this is going. Just saying. Okay, let's get this. Let's get this ball rolling. So this, believe it or not, this is. I'm not sure if it's only or if it's already episode 4.
I thought we were on 5.
Is it? I think it's 4.
I think this is 4.
Yeah, well, 5 including episode 0. Are you sure? Am I hooked on the crack?
4 was kind of an abbreviated, like, abort session, right?
Right. Well, I don't think I counted that one.
Okay.
But the full session. But you guys get the point. Yeah, that was a horrible technical glitches. Things are looking better. Makes me happy. So let's do this. So I'm Scott's Case Files, and you're checking out Cyberpunk Red. And here above me are my awesome players. Let's start over here with say hi to Aaron.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Excellent. And we got Steve.
Hello.
And Jason.
Contrary to popular rumors, I am still alive, so I do inform you.
There was no question. We're good. And Brian.
Well, I do declare. Have y'all missed little old man?
Who could not? But then we reload. As the saying goes. All right. So let's kind of actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's do the intro video because I always forget it, and then get into the thing, and we'll be starting where we left off. Much to the chagrin of this dude who was beaten up and then left for KK to find, and is now just dreading their entire existence and wishing perhaps it was over. Might get his wish. Here we go. Alrighty, we are back. So we left our intrepid team of reclamators. Yes, that's a word. Basically, you won. You got the. Let's see. So we. Pardon me. I don't have the COVID, but I may have something else going on here, so I apologize for any coughing or etc. So you're able to get the truck filled with medical equipment, most of it still intact, and surprise, containing an individual who probably was going with the original shipment and kind of stuffed in the back by the scavengers after they were liberally beaten the hell out of. And then behind that, of course, was towing Mac's vehicle. Carry way back into town. On the way in, there were some obviously corp vehicles going in the opposite direction, a little ways off. Probably going exactly to where you guys just robbed. And that brought us back into the city, where we were able to organize a hiding place, a garage storage for this for at least tonight. And that's where we left it. And actually, we left it with KK basically explaining to the person, I believe, that they're going to do and tell them what they wanted, and that was the end of the story.
All right.
Let me know if I missed anything important.
I jump out and open up the back, like ready to say, "All right, KK, what the hell's the? Who is that?"
KK is immediately going to turn back to Hugh Huntley, point at his camera, and then point at KK, and tell him to, and then immediately like reach into like a backpack and pull out a colorful jacket like the one I'm wearing, and a microphone.
Oh no.
And look at the camera and go, "Hello everyone, life is love and love is life. This is your host, Knick-Knack, and this is Knick-Knack's Reclamations. We've just gotten back from the desert, and we fought off some scavengers with our amazing vehicle. Now I'm going to interview this man for our awesome show." KK leans in front of the man. "Hello, sir, I'm Knick-Knack, and this is Knick-Knack's Reclamations. I would like to ask you some questions. Is your jaw feeling all right? And if you can't answer, that's quite all right. Just tap my microphone when I ask you the right question. 1 tap for yes, 1, 2 for no. Sir, do you remember the company you work for?"
This is about when he was going, lens cap. Hold on.
Yeah. I was just saying, I'm not recording this.
it's literally that makes it. I mean, I want you guys just for a second to put yourself in the boots or shoes or whatever of this poor captive that's had his ass kicked up and down. He is literally spent like hours sweltering, bleeding, bruising, swelling, waiting death in the back of this thing with, for scavengers just to murder them at their leisure or cut little pieces off or something. And suddenly he is found. He is saved. No, he's not. Now this guy pulls him out, threatens him, and without any cameras or any news rolling, brings out a coat and a microphone to record a news show for nothing. For no one. This is. I want you to look through those eyes of that poor guy. I mean, I don't care what this guy did in his life. He does not deserve this. But he will tap. He'll like look at the other three of you as if like on this crazy out in right field idea that perhaps you're not as crazy as this motherfucker, and maybe help him or at least not hurt him anymore. So it gives you that look like the there's someone behind the door look. What do y'all do? What are y'all doing?
Arizona's kind of shrugging at the whole like Knick-Knack's Reclamations.
Right?
Wrong show, Soma. Sombrero.
KK immediately turns to Arizona and goes, "And we have a guest star today, and it's Harrison Ford. Ha ha! How we have that technology, I will never know."
I whisper to Arizona, "Don't worry, I got this. All right, keep rolling. We're rolling here."
Mac is totally willing to let KK terrorize the poor fool, but won't let them actually hurt the hostage.
Okay, noted. So we'll do some interception, perhaps, if it comes to that. So
just kind of like sitting off to the side at the ready. They go and like try something and pull something. It's just going to be like hands out. No, KK.
The guy doesn't know that, so he's probably looking at Mac, thinking, "Oh my god, he's like getting ready to be next in line to kick my ass."
Also, this isn't KK. This is now Knick-Knack.
This is now Knick-Knack, right? So, yeah.
So what do we do then about our double secret, double cross plan? Did
I'm letting Nick Knack just roll.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
wanna see
that.
where it's going.
If KK heard Hugh, I think I'm gonna roll that KK literally just heard that, and he's gonna roll with it right now. And he's gonna go, ha ha, silly Hugh Huntley, you have forgot that's part of the game show. Ha ha, where we screw over this company. It's always a game with Nick Knack.
Oh my god! I this is like a take on that scene from Animal House where Bluto's going, and when the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor, do we let that pass? You're like, someone's trying to correct me. It's like, no, just let him go.
Just go with it. He's on a roll.
Same exact thing.
Under no circumstances will I let Nick Knack commit a patty whack.
Ooh, you've been holding that in for weeks, dude. That's
Yeah.
self-control. That is self-control. All right.
Ever
So-
since the sprawl.
So the guy will since this brawl. Pardon me. So the guy will. He's just going to tap. What is it? Twice for no or twice for yes?
Yes. Twice for no.
Thank you for verifying. Right. Is it right? Right. Wrong. Left. Okay. Yes. He'll tap twice. No, he does not know what the hell you're talking about.
KK is going to wrap him up and go, well, rejoice then, you're on TV, sir. That's Hugh Huntley. That's Harrison Ford. Isn't he handsome? And I'm Nick Knack, your...
He doesn't even mention Mac. Mac is a non-person.
Oh, no. I was just about to go, and that's Mac. Hi, Mac.
Hey, buddy, what's your name?
Nick Knack, have you ever given anyone a bone?
Oh my god! Don't answer that.
This morning.
Plead the
actually,
plead the fifth.
You know what? If you keep this up, this old nomad's rolling home.
Oh my
Love it.
god! Oh.
Okay. We have to really raise the production quality of this right now.
I'm being viciously assaulted by the other person in the room who does not like my pun.
So wrong, yet so right.
Ow.
KK is going to turn to the guy while he's holding him like this and go, rejoice, friend, you now get to be on this amazing game show where we're going to screw over the company that owns this vehicle. How would you like to help? You become real famous and we might give you a little cut if you succeed. Can you succeed? Will you screw over the company? Tap yes or no.
He's gonna tap
Who's got,
no.
who's got medical? Who's got medical skills?
I do.
Everybody has at least a little first aid.
Yeah, just by virtue of your.
It's mandatory.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
I mean,
KK turns to the camera and goes, wow, a dedicated corpo employee. Don't see those rarely. Now, sir, why would you want to stay with a company that most likely wants you dead?
He kind of at that you can see his face visibly change. Like that had not fucking occurred to him. That
Because you failed in your mission, you're gonna die. I know this. I have connections, and they're telling me right now. Oh yeah, you're gonna die a gruesome fashion. Now, friend, do you want to screw them over?
he kind of the guy pans his face over like first to Hugh, and you can see that little glint. Like if he was on the street, he might ask you for an autograph. Pans over to Arizona and sees, ever faithful and staunch and dedicated Indiana Jones looking back at him, and looks over to Mac. And
I'll smile. It's a friendly smile. I like people, but KK's on a roll, and it's just best to
indulge it.
not get involved, not get in the way of that roll. Lest you get rolled over.
Before we go much further, can we get some approach shots? If you could jump out of the van for a second, we'll
Oh my God.
close the door, approach the van, set up a little pre-shot here.
Nick Knack is okay with this, but first, I must set up some fireworks.
Oh God, I don't want to know what that means.
Outside, right? Yeah.
Of course,
and then,
outside.
And then I'll kind of shoot Arizona a look like, you go look at him, see how he's doing.
And you see me reaching for like a med kit.
So
Yeah, I've got a good site. I've got a med tech bag in the car, so
I think that's the one I was probably reaching for.
yeah, we all know it's there. We all know it's handy.
Because I have both first aid and paramedic.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool. Now,
So I'm gonna go
Oh, that's literally is going on is is KK's just shooting the ground outside by the door to make dust clouds.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't attract attention. I didn't know Knickknack's back in the house. Oh my god, I gotta change your label now. God damn it.
Knick-knack. And we are still in a rented warehouse space, right?
Yeah, you sure are.
So is you
Yeah.
outside with Knickknack?
Yeah, I should now be outside with Knick-knack. The door should be closed to the.
In which
to the
case, I'm
back
turning.
van.
I'm turning to Mac, and I'm going. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this. Sort of like the time when Han Solo and his crew were in this asteroid belt, and they were hiding in this asteroid, and then someone made the mistake of shooting the ground, and everything just went sideways after that. I mean, at least there's no
Genghis
mic.
Khan,
He looks around.
Genghis Khan was a Solo?
You really need to catch up with things.
Yeah.
I'll loan you the video.
Yeah, and everyone in the whole group should be aware that, like, just as if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When you're a Ford Poser Gang member, there's a lesson we learn from every Harrison Ford movie and interview. By the way,
Ooh.
it's dedication.
I just was not aware that Attila the Hun was a soldier of fortune.
Han Solo.
Yes, Han
You're
Solo.
hurting Arizona
I
to
reach
his
in the
soul.
bag for some gauze and a couple hypos. See if I can fix this guy up to something passable.
Yeah, he's been stabilized, I believe, last session. But yeah, you can definitely help to make him better, I think. Technically, the rules will say you can't until he's wounded again, but let's not tell Knick-Knack that. But let's roll with that and see if you can make him, like, less swollen and take care of some of those bruising.
Less uncomfortable.
Less uncomfortable, exactly.
All right. While KK is outside with Hugh, he's gonna ditch the voice and everything and be like, all right, Hugh, I'm just playing a character. I hope you understand this. Please tell me you get where I'm going. I'm just trying to butter this fool up so he'll go along with whatever we want him to do. Because sometimes it's better to, make a grand play of things than just torture and kill someone. Maybe Knock would like that, but not me.
No killing.
That sounds good. What's the plan?
So, now, I don't know what corporation he works for, but because he's corpo, he's very valuable to us. We can use him in many things. We could find information. We could actually potentially have him contact a company and set up a trade. But then, of course, we don't show up with anything. If anything, maybe we'll leave a big flaming bag of poo. Actually, I like that. That's what we'll leave for them.
Pooh doesn't pay well in my book, so.
No. We must get paid first before I leave the big flaming bag of poo. Now,
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Shu. Now, Mr. Shu, you are very talented with creating media. I just need you to continue creating this illusion for me. Now, remember, I'm Knick-Knack, your Hugh Shantley. That's Harrison Ford, and then there's Mac. I don't know what Mac offers.
Right.
Okay. I'll figure something out.
So just to kind of review what our possibilities are here.
It all sounds crazy as fuck.
We have this medical equipment. According to my notes, the "You Belong to Us" insurance company is willing to pay us $6,000 for this, and we have the ability to sell this back to the original company. What's the other angle we're trying to play here? That's the part.
How about we find someone who wants to become a Ripper? This is actually very valuable to someone who would want to start becoming a Ripper. And then we have someone in our employ as well.
Okay. All right.
So, just think of it like this. We're basically going to screw over "You Belong to Us" by basically saying, go fuck yourself, and sell it to someone else and benefit from that.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
KK immediately takes a Vogue pose in the dust, turns around and goes, "Hi, this is Knick-Knack of Knick-Knack's Reclamations. We found some cool stuff today. Follow me."
Regulations is not covered by FYIL.
Let's go to Arizona inside. So the dude is only too happy to be bandaged up. Mac, are you outside or inside with the dude? Or outsider?
You know what? I'll stick around. I'll stick around the dude and just kind of, I just don't want anything untoward to happen. I don't approve of random killing when it's not needed.
That is fair. All right. Yeah, so Arizona, the dude is too... sorry, go ahead, Mac.
I am all for random killing when it is needed, but I don't think it's needed right now.
There's a time and a place.
Time and a place.
Time to dance and time to sing, time to randomly shoot everything.
When it's the time and the place, I can just take KK, point them in a direction, and give them a little shove.
That guy called you ugly.
So is there anything you want me to roll for this?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's see here. So yeah, go ahead and he's not in quite in what do you call it? Paramedic mode. That's that's worse than he actually is. You can tell from just your knowledge without even making a roll that he's not. He's stabilized, and it looks worse than it is. And you can certainly do something with your first aid specifically to make him at least appear better and feel better. Bring down the swelling, start dissipating the bruises, and that kind of thing. You're pretty sure his jaw is actually broken though. But I'll go ahead and roll a first aid roll and see how you do, and that'll tell us how great you're able to.
Yeah, I don't think I can set a broken jaw.
You can at least splint it properly.
Yeah, that's basically it. Stop it from moving much.
Right, 16. Yeah, so that's 13 is what we're looking for. So yeah, you're able to basically you probably give him a couple analgesic injections, and as for like the jaw, it's like a matter of you basically immobilize it. There's actually like a chin strap thing just for that, which you pop on them and kind of align things correctly, so it's not.
And I think as I'm working on them, I'm like, not really. It's probably best to just go along with whatever the crazy one, is talking about. We'll make sure you're kept in one piece, but trust me, when he asks the question, he means it.
His man, he kind of takes that in, and you can tell that there's a part of him who appreciates your honesty. There's also a part of him wish you would lie to him to make him feel better. But he looks over to Mac. What is Mac's expression and/or pep talk?
Pep talk? This is Mac's expression.
Oh shit!
That sucks. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god!
Sorry, is somebody talking to me?
Oh shit! You kind of hear you hear like a whimper, and that's really it.
No love for the corporate.
Yeah. So yeah. Arizona's like I'm sorry, Matt, go ahead. I didn't mean to over talk.
You're being rough to this fellow again. Why can't any of you be nice? And I'm gonna dig through my pockets for a piece of candy and give it to him.
That's awkward as fuck. Here, check this out. This is how it looks. He's like, now he has to. This is his look for the rest of the scene. So yes, it's a butterscotch.
The back door slides back open at this point, so that Nick Nack can remake their entrance.
Okay, KK's ready for this. So I'm gonna turn to Hugh Huntley and just wait for him to give him a signal that to go ahead and go.
Oh yeah, we're going.
Life is love and love is life, but especially when you're junk, that's my life. And ripping off corporations, that makes it even better. This is Nick Nack's Reclamations. And starts doing like dances like this all the way to crouch down, doing that all the way back. Gonna stop by Mac, turn to Mac, and whisper in the ear, Mac, I have an important mission for you. Go find me a paper bag and a lighter. Post haste. This will make and break the mission. And then continue doing this back down to the injured man.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like something Rocket would say.
Yes, actually, it sounds exactly like what Rocket would say.
Yeah. So what do we have here? Give us the scene here, Knick-Knack. What's the plan?
Mr. Huntley, we actually discovered this amazing find in the desert. We went and splattered some goons all over the way, but then we found this man. He
What are we gonna
appears to
do with him?
be. I believe we're going to use him so we can screw over this corporation. Crouches down next to the man. Now, do you remember how I told you you're most likely have a gruesome death waiting you? Most likely here in the next few minutes. So your cooperation is most needed. And trust me, there's more candy in it for you. Pulls out the candy and opens the wrapper. But I'll always remember to open it. And then pushes it back in. And then just his jaw to kind of like simulate.
Jesus. Oh my god. So the guy, at this point, the guy is responding to Arizona's treatment. The swelling goes down. Again, it's obvious that his jaw is broken, but the swelling is down. He can actually like make some like kind of talking voices at this point, as opposed to just whimpering like he could before. And he's like, "So how could you protect me if I was to help you?"
Ha! You may not know this, but Knick-Knack is quite a skilled individual with helping people disappear. Not in the bad sense of making you die. Nah, we don't do that here.
Yes,
No,
yes,
I'm
you
ta-
are experienced at that.
KK
And the other thing,
slowly
too.
turns their head to Mac. Slowly just turns back. Please ignore what the intern is saying. They don't know what they're talking about.
Oh,
No.
intern, is it? I know who's walking home tonight.
KK just throws a pebble at him.
Pebble just kind of goes bonk off the forehead.
Yeah, the drugs. I'm going to say the pain drugs also have him just a little loopy. So you can tell he's like effectively like a little drunk, and he probably doesn't realize he's saying out loud, but he's like, "That guy's talking about himself in the third person."
That's the way Knick-Knack is. Knick-Knack always talks about themselves in the third person as if I'm not here. But guess what? I am. That's the way I am. And you might have not noticed, but I also like to rhyme. That's my time. So, and you can also trust me because I'm a skilled individual when it comes to making people get hurt as well. Opens their mouth, snake comes out, gives them a little kiss, goes back in the mouth.
How would you protect me from an entire corporation?
Why, it's simple. We just make them think you're dead.
He kind of looks around like the next question should be fucking obvious to literally anyone.
And please, sir, and please don't make me repeat myself when I said I'm not really going to kill you. That's just a repetitive, stupid question.
He's like, "How are you going to make me look like I died without killing me?"
Oh, that's actually really easy.
Now you see, that's the type of question you should be asking yourself at all times. Ha! We make a double! We make a double, my good friend, and we cast it on our good show here. Because trust me, we have the viewers. And we'll make it seem like you get killed in the trade. Corporation sees the trade goes wrong and you die. And the best part of it is, you get to go away. And we'll get to hook you up in the end. That's only if we succeed. Because if we fail, you don't get shit. It has a very serious look on their face.
What are we still getting out of this guy for doing all this?
Smile comes back on.
Nobody.
We're gonna give him what everyone loves. That's the way the world goes round. Money's gonna work for you, right? You don't want to do things to me, do you?
Money's working fine.
Ha!
Money.
Knick-Knack loves it when you'll agree with him. So of course, we'll hook you up with enough money to start your new life. And then, of course, we'll always be around to make sure you're safe and sound, my good friend. And then, if possible, maybe even hook you up with a few jobs on the side so you can still have some money, make a little bit of money for yourself. Now, may I ask you a question? How does that sound?
You can see he's about to answer. There's an actual tone as Arizona's agent goes off. Like, you probably only have this set for like extremely important calls from extremely important people.
Oh, I look. Does it say who was calling?
It's yeah. He's like, you see a whoever contacted you just left a video message, and it's it's Han Solo, and you can recognize like the mannerisms from the movement that it's Jeremiah Dugan, who's like the first lieutenant of the Fords.
I will step away from Knick-Knack's theatrics to check the message.
Yeah, so the message is pretty brief. It's like, yeah, it's like we've noticed you drifting away from the club, Arizona, and there's talk that maybe you're turning on us, and we don't like it. You gonna meet with us? You know where to find us. Let's talk this out before we need to get out the bullwhip. You know what I'm saying?
You know that
I roll my eyes.
You know that character in Temple of Doom that Indiana's constantly got to put up with, and she's kind of like always out of control.
I mean, it's romantic interest.
Yeah, but not necessarily romantic in this case. Maybe there's something we can apply here. You know, show a little more. I don't know. Arizona takes control of the situation, and
I think, I sort of have some of my own issues I need to deal with. And
Okay.
So far, I haven't heard anything from Knick-Knack regarding an actual plan. Or
I'm with you.
he's going to be negotiating with the corporation to somehow, in some magic world, get paid before we deliver the goods. So why don't you two sort that out? I have some things to check on. I'll be back.
All right. I made this bed. I'll sleep in it.
Now, so I was off to the side, so I'm assuming the main group isn't hearing any of this beyond.
No.
Mac, what's you up to?
Mostly sighing and rolling my eyes. KK. But otherwise, I'm just gonna stick to Hugh, follow Hugh's lead.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, here's
right.
where the money comes from. So
Yeah, it's like KK's making up this wild plan. Oh yeah, we're gonna. It's like I don't really care. I know Hugh's gonna pay me, and it's Hugh's job to deal with KK's bullshit.
That's literally on his resume. It is.
Yeah. At least for this paycheck, it is. Hey, Knick-Knack, let's find out how much money we can get out of this guy, and then figure out what we got to spend to clone him and kill him, and also, kill the clone. And we still have to go back to the fixer or the insurance company and somehow fake that and get the money for that too. So we need to figure out which one we got to do first there. But let's start with maybe.
He's gonna point to be like, go over to the side. We'll talk about the plan there.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Mac keeps getting left alone with this guy.
Mac, you come over here too.
Yeah, I think I just want to note that it doesn't take a master of empathy or reading a person to know that maybe Mac is this dude's best way out of here, not getting wounded or murdered. So the dude will definitely pick up on that and is like, "Hey, he'll do the, hey, get me out of here.
Not yet. They're still trying to figure out what's going on. Honestly, I don't have any fucking. Okay, if you could understand anything KK was talking about, you're ahead of me.
KK is like waiting over there like this, waiting for you to show up because he's trying to do a football huddle with everyone. So he's just standing there like this.
It's just, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like wave them off and just like, and I'm gonna sit down with the guy and just start chatting. It's like, this is a shitty situation, and I know I've been here before.
So KK is gonna immediately turn to Hugh and go, so we're going to give the man max cut.
I heard that.
What?
I heard that.
I grab Knick Knack by the jacket or whatever, and I say, "Now you listen to me, Knick Knack, KK. Find out how much money you can get out of this guy. Get that money secured. Find us a place where we can do this thing that you want to do. Let's do that, and then let's frickin' claim this insurance money. Let's go."
KK immediately grabs Hugh and go, Hugh, you're breaking the illusion that I asked you to help me create. Now listen, you're talking about creating clones and all that shit. We're just going to make a cheap little dummy. Just get me some pillows and we'll make a wig and everything. Because what's going to happen is we're going to tell the organization that he has the information that they need. And that we will provide him back to them. And when they come to get the information, one of us will be dressed in an elaborate suit, come out and act like we shoot him in the head, killing the man who has the only information of where this is. Thus, him disappearing, us keeping all this to ourselves, and the corporation getting a great big fuck you. And then later I will leave a big flaming bag of poo on the doorstep.
For how much?
Now, we're going to take it for everything. I want.
Great, let's go find out what that's going to be.
Sorry, as this is being wrecked up, let's cut to Arizona. Where are you going? How do you get there?
He was going to go across town, picking up an Uber or a whatever.
A robo taxi or whatever.
Cyber Uber. Robot taxi. Is pretty easy. Of course, I go a couple blocks before, even calling for one. Just to be safe.
Yeah, the taxi is probably like a near AI controlled vehicle. There is a
only earlier.
Could be. But yes. So yeah, the we'll say that things were rather uneventful. As you're kind of cruising out of the area, I'm going to say you do notice there's basically like a local police tank that goes past you and plows into a building you just passed, followed by a stream of very heavily armed cops going into this building, firefight. And, the thing is programmed not to go any faster than this. So because cruising along, Arizona, I have to imagine Arizona's trying to, get as low as possible.
There's firefight. That means they're going after someone who, deserved it, obviously.
They had it a-coming.
They had it a-coming.
All right. So what's your...
Just an APC.
Well, that was only what he saw.
Fine line.
So where is the destination?
Probably HQ, which is probably, I don't know, the Falcon's Nest or something, something appropriately named.
Is it like an actual establishment? Is it like a burnt out warehouse that they use and call it that?
I think it's a warehouse because I think they, that's better space for, their, reenactment plays and such.
Gotcha. So you get there and you're greeted by, I'll say some people, and again, these are the lowest members are the ones who watch the door. most expendable, and they don't get to join in on the fun so quickly. You know, there's a promise of that later in the evening of every. Yeah. But yeah, so you pass a couple guys who they probably looks like they afforded like the biosculpt of like the scar that he has, that's been done. That's very fashionable with the beginner pack, if
One
you will.
just has the 5 o'clock shadow, but nothing else. Just
Right,
been changed.
exactly. Yeah, like a really crappy version of the outfit. It's there's a reason they're not moving up in the ranks very quickly.
What is that? Pleather?
But yeah, they kind of see you coming, and again, I have to imagine there are things that just you could recognize your friends and family from behind by seeing how they walk, but there's got to be an extra level of confusion when everybody looks fucking the same,
Well, I mean, it's all based on the outfit, and everyone. I mean, it's hard to look identical.
Sure, yeah. No matter who the biosculptor is, there's some
darker skin, some North African descent, and it's just like there's differences.
Right, exactly. So yeah, you're able to kind of pick things out, and they kind of see you, and they're like, "Are you that Smith guy, Chumba?"
Arizona's name.
The other guy looks to him. Hey, it's Arizona, like Indiana. Get it? The one guy's like, no.
And I just look at the other guy, and I just shake my head like, you're going to be working the door for another couple years if you don't catch up. And I'll walk past him.
Yeah, you're going to wait for like an entrance, go on in. Walk the fuck in, because that's what you can do. Yeah, so you walk in, and there's various things going on. I'm assuming they have like little, there's like crates, metal, plastic, wood that are kind of used to divide into kind of rooms or areas.
Yeah.
This is for
and whatnot. And
yeah. Or like there's a bar over here that they've kind of just jury-rigged up. There's a party area over here. There's dude doing drugs in the corner over there.
Someone making a nail in the corner,
Yep. So yeah, you walk in, and immediately you see your guy. And he's leaning up against this makeshift bar. It's even at a distance. It's like, really, that's all the alcohol you could scrape together. That's really it. It's like, what's going on here?
I go over and put my arms on the bar. Not looking directly at him. You're like, so you have a problem? Haven't seen me enough? Don't think I'm pulling my weight?
Are you?
Sitting here doing a whole, reenactment with my crew on the whole, Exegor situation off the, Hoth asteroids, and you just think that I just don't live this life enough.
Yeah, you're pleasantly surprised to see like the moment of confusion when you first use the Exegor thing. Like just that, like, yeah, okay. And he's like, we haven't seen you around. You went and got your biosculpt? Did anyone say you could get your biosculpt?
I'm not at the rank to do it. I don't have to get permission.
I mean, if I say you do, you kind of do.
Done the vocal change yet, and that's like the next level.
Like he kind of pushes himself out the bar, and you kind of notice in their peripheral vision there's a couple lower level guys kind of making their way closer to you, and you've seen this before. It's like it's almost like that fake badass fight, like hold me back, like that happens a lot here. Not to say that I don't want to put across that these poster gangs are like wussies, because they will fucking cut a person to pieces.
Jeremiah based on?
What's that?
What character is Jeremiah off of?
He is the episode 4 Han Solo. Okay. Younger and kind of like the kind of that original look, et cetera. But yes, I just want to reiterate that this is a poser gang that takes their shit seriously. They will murder some people if you're on the wrong side. But amongst themselves, it's like, it's almost like this is almost like acting out a scene from like Indiana Jones, Last Crusade, or something like that. You know, that type of thing. So, yes, continue. Sorry about that.
Like, what are you looking for here, Jeremiah? And don't think I don't remember Han shot first.
Damn, you keep scoring the points. Yeah, you can see that his resolve is.
As I'm sort of,
wearing.
fingering the whip, I'm just like, I'll do what I need to do to make things right. Just don't pull any shenanigans.
Says there's a couple club vehicles, and one of our guys, arms that could use this little work, and you weren't here, and they needed it. Kind of important. It was kind of important to what we were doing, and we looked around for Arizona Smith, and there was no Arizona Smith.
Telling you about a town. Still got a vehicle that's hot that needs well, I'm sure you understand the Excorth reference enough to know what situation I was in. And we're not done. If there's anything I can do right now, I will.
It's like, well, what's...
I promise I'll come back once things are secure.
What's so hot about this vehicle?
If I told you I'd have to kill you, and I just give him a wink, I'm just like, it's better for the group not to know.
All right. Well, I also I can smooth out with people, but there's talk. I just want you to quiet that talk. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, hey, drink from my chumba here. Drink from my chumba.
I give him a nod, for the gesture. To show that we're at peace. Give me less than 24 hours, I'll have it sorted out.
You know what, Arizona? I believe you.
I do the repairs for free, so.
Well, you have some appreciated Fords. And you kind of see with the level gone down, those peripheral vision dudes have backed off and taken their former places. And yeah, he's like,
I have to try out my whip skills right now because I just learned how to not hurt myself with it. So
he was like, yeah, that's why I did hence he got a little over he shared too much, and kind of goes back to the drink. And do you do the drink, or do you do that? Oh, cheers! What's that?
Drink it.
Drink it. Yeah, it's really crappy imitation bourbon.
That they serve, regularly. So
all right, excellent. Let's cut from Arizona back to the group at the warehouse. What's going on? Mac, I'm assuming you're kind of sitting there talking to the guy and they're chilling out, and suddenly the other two come back in with a plan, apparently.
We're engaged in friendly talks. So then that's when the headlights went out, and it's midnight and it's raining, and so the headlights go out and I can't even see, and I'm on this back road highway, you have to understand, hauling along this big rig at 120 miles an hour, and then on the radio, oh, hi guys.
KK immediately walks right up to Mac and does a little playful slap. Not hard or anything, just a playful pat on the cheek, and goes, who said you could talk to the person? Go over there, intern.
How about no and go fuck yourself?
I also have to think of Mac, and again, this is one of my GM headcanon things here. But I had this feeling that Mac, plus he's a nomad, is a big storyteller. So this was the ultimate experience. This dude cannot really talk back to him because his jaw's broken. He's not going anywhere because he's a fucking prisoner, and you have all these stories to tell that this dude here has never fucking heard. He's new audience material type stuff going on here.
I would hope he's enjoying the stories. We're both truckers. I'm telling him about trucking stories.
It's better than getting your ass kicked or your face blown off. So comparatively, I think he's having a great time. All right. So yeah, these guys
Also,
come back.
visibly
KK.
stood up to KK, so
KK immediately turns to the man. Sir, can you please stop humoring my intern? Now, listen, here's the plan. I need you to take your best poses, and we're going to take some pictures here. And, everything that's here, all this equipment. And then I'm going to contact You Belong to Us. And I'm going to tell them that we have their stuff. And that you will be the only person that will tell them. But because of course, Knick-Knack's not going to present himself to them. That's your job. So, and then we'll make a little switch. We'll put a little voice thingy on a dummy, and it'll act like it's there, and then we'll go and blow it up. But for this plan to work, sir, I need a finger.
seriously,
He's like,
I need a finger.
he's like, this is a horrible plan.
tell me exactly what do you need the finger for?
Because, my good man, who would just believe that something that blew up is going to be the corpse? We have to leave some form of evidence for You Belong to Us. That's why I need the finger. Give me a finger.
This one good for you, KK?
Couldn't it just be a wallet or something? His agent.
He's like, give me a wallet. A picture, and he has his wallet, a watch with an engraving on the back, perhaps.
KK
Yeah.
immediately, KK's gonna, give himself a little knock in the head. Sorry, I don't know what was coming over me. Of course a wallet will do just fine. Do you have something with your ID on it, my good man?
He's like, in my back pocket.
KK reaches in and pulls out the wallet.
Yeah, and right as you do that, you open it up. You just like with the contact you have with him in doing so, you can feel the shake of him realizing, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah, you open it and you flip it open, and there, no shit, is the we own you ID card. What's the company again?
Oh.
I'm losing it.
You belong to us.
You belong to us. Yeah, yeah. He has a you
Oh,
belong
man.
to us ID card with a swiper on it and everything.
Oh,
And
he works
immediately-
for the insurance company?
No, he works for You Belong to Us. The insurance company is a
Oh.
separate entity from this.
Oh,
Oh.
I misunderstood. Okay.
And immediately, KK is just breaking characters, just looking at his wallet and goes, "Oh, you better believe your ass belongs to me now, buddy." And then just, I hope you didn't hear that. All right, my good man. Now, since I know who you are and that you work for the company, I'm going to need to take a picture of you with me, Mr. Huntley.
Oh my god. Under any other circumstances, this fan, would be happy to get a picture taken for Hugh Huntley. This is not that situation. Unfortunately.
This deal's getting worse all the time.
I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so just so I understand this, what are we getting out of this guy? Like, what-
KK's writing down on a piece of paper, turns to Huntley, and all it says in big, badly written letters is making ransom pictures, using man as middleman.
yeah,
I don't want violence and have to kill him.
No, I get that.
Seems pointless. Seems pointless.
I get that. That's cool. All right, so we'll take ransom pictures, but I need to reiterate somehow. In order for this to work for me, we've got to, if we're going to go through this rigmarole of saving this guy's life, like, he's going to pay us, right, for that. How much?
KK writes down another little note on paper, and it says, "Wouldn't it be better to have someone in our pocket?"
Is Hugh actually saying this all out loud, and Knick-Knack is right next to him, writing it down and then showing it to him?
Yep. That's exactly how it's going.
Yeah, I guess so. Uh, look, I just talked directly to the guy, and I grabbed the ID card, and whatever his name is. I don't know where you think you're gonna go after this, but at this point, if you don't give us some kind of a promise of what you can do for this situation, uh, well, I'm gonna have to leave you in the hands of KK here. This is not gonna work well. This is just not gonna work well. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, talking, at least Hugh talking to him sounds like a rational person, like having a conversation. Yes, he was basically asking for a bribe to save his life. However, so he looks to Hugh and he's totally now not even looking anywhere towards Knick-Knack. Pardon me. And he's like, okay, so I'm a businessman and I definitely can give you some money. But, because I know, like you say, I failed and I lost a whole bunch of stuff and they're just gonna liquidate me. Okay, I know that, I get it. At least you guys didn't kill me yet, so that's something on your side, okay? So, okay.
So all this is being recorded, just so you know.
How much do you want? Let's deal.
How much can you give us?
How much do you want?
How about a cool $1 million to start?
Okay. Well, then he kind of is like, okay, just shoot me in the face, please.
All right.
KK has a bag over their head. They're calling someone on their agent, doing a video call.
Oh no.
They're calling "You belong to us."
Oh my god.
Oh no! Let Hugh Huntley finish. I want Hugh Huntley to finish this. This is awesome. I just want you guys to know that KK is making a call and has a bag over their head.
Oh Jesus! I don't even want to know.
I'm not sure what that means, but
no one is. No one is. He's like,
So
okay.
I size up the clothes that he's wearing. I assume that if $1 million is over his actual personal ability, it's something he'd have to siphon out of the company. He'd have to be available, and going through KK's plan of having the guy disappear, that's going to make it hard for him to siphon that money. Do the clothes give me any idea of whether or not he should be able to afford that level of cash?
Yeah, there's no possible way. You can tell he's an exec, but an exec doesn't necessarily mean a well-placed one yet. Like, this guy is probably a level 1 exec, where again, you guys are at level 4 in your careers.
Sure.
So he has something, but yeah, he would literally work for, if he doesn't advance beyond this level of low mid management, it would take him a lifetime to get that $1 million that you're looking for.
Right.
Oh, also, I kind of want to actually, I'm pointing out, and I want to ask you guys. So you notice that I haven't done a whole lot of rolling for this stuff. I've been basing a lot on role play and your skill levels and stuff. Is that cool? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think for pivotal stuff, I'm going to have you roll, but the stuff where I can pretty much gauge by your role play and the skill you actually have, that's enough. So if you notice, I haven't been rolling so much. So I want to ask you, is that cool, or would you rather do literally okay, this is a roll, that's a roll, that's a roll?
I actually think it helps a lot with the role playing, so I like this.
Yeah, okay. I could go either way. Especially if I feel like we're thinking it works differently, then I think the roll also helps settle it too. So.
Yeah, again, that's why I'm thinking I'll use that stuff on pivotal things where we need an indefinite answer, and then on the other stuff, role play plus the skill stuff you have on your character sheet are explanatory enough to that, to say this is likely or this is not likely type of thing. And
all right.
And with that said, I mean, if you guys want to call for a roll, like, hey, I don't believe that's the way this would have gone, I'd like to roll for it. I think I did that better than this. That's totally within your bounds. How about that?
Okay. All right. So give me just a second. Then I turn away and to talk to Court to see if he's available, and ask him to find out how much this guy's got in total assets, like 401k, what's in his bank, does he have a safety deposit box?
So Court's the
own a
poor
house?
intern that you show general disdain for, right? And never
No,
tip.
Cork is my brother.
Oh, the brother.
Cork
Okay,
is
okay, okay.
Cork is my Netrunner brother. Yeah.
Gotcha. And actually, your intern could probably find that out as easily.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Well, you are you're an information source. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't say that. You're asking Court. You're asking Court to kind of hack the entire database, whereas there is like there through other sources you could potentially at least get like general IDs. Go over social media. Okay, he's been to here and here. That costs money. That kind of thing. If you want to contact Court, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an instant thing. This is like he might talk to you tomorrow.
Oh.
This is something he would he has if what you're asking for, if like basically to hack we own you, or God, I will never remember that damn name. I need to write it down.
You belong to us.
You belong to us.
You belong to us. To hack you belong to us and get into a personnel file will take some preparation. This is actually a run for him. You might actually charge you for this one.
I was just thinking more like his Mint account or his Truebill account, or whatever conglomerate third-party account he's using to like track all of his assets. Like,
gotcha. All right. Well, for that, let's do a roll. Let's do a roll of some sort. And then they'll see like, does he have time? Can he give you the the bandwidth to do this, literal and figurative? Let's see here. Why don't you roll? Let's see here. Yeah, just do a standard like I literally just saw it. Persuasion. Just do persuasion. You're persuading your own brother. I'll make it a little easier to do so.
Okay. Like
since he's your brother.
Basically.
Like, hey, I know you're way busy with this run, and
drop what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, drop what you're doing and get this information on this one seemingly insignificant dude.
I don't know what I was going for, but I got an 18. Oh, that's perception. You said persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
My bad. Hold on. That's worse.
All right, so it's still above the standard 13.
All right.
So I'm going to say that he can probably get it for you, but it will be a bit. I'm going to say that's like he can probably have that information for you in a couple hours.
All right, then we move on to phase 2. Let's get these pictures shot. Let's set up whatever you're going to stage. We need to also get a hold of the insurance company and get that ball rolling. Can we do that through the fixer? And do we need to do that through Arizona? Or do we have the insurance info to contact them directly?
Yeah, and I think Arizona will send you a message that he's on his way back.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do have the one fixer that we've established, that friend of Arizona, or contact of Arizona. There's other ways we can do stuff. Like you can actually, I'd say for like maybe €700, you could hire a Netrunner to do like a virtual meet with people for you on your behalf type of thing.
€700.
Yeah, basically I'll have this conversation for you. It'll be, in the the local net or whatever it's called. And then no questions asked, memory wipe after that, etc., etc.
Okay. That's gonna tap me quite a bit, but all right.
I'm putting it out there as an option. That's not your only option. But I'm just trying to fill in your real life, your Aaron, Steve, Jason, Brian knowledge gaps here were in the world I'm painting. So yeah, so that's an option, is to pay someone like that to do that for you. There's also, again, go the knock route and just call them up, and that's a good way to contact people.
But then we should probably be waiting in Mac's vehicle, ready to split. I would imagine.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see how this call goes.
I did install that NOS for a reason.
Not just for parties.
That reason is primarily to get out of what KK's got us into.
Wise beyond their years.
So, if I understand this correctly, we're either going to continue to let this call go through, or we're waiting to hear back on what's happening with the unknown comedian, and then at the same time, we need to pay $700 to claim the insurance money. Is that
to make the contact to do so for you? Again, that's just an option. You could also do like a direct contact.
Yep.
Like literally call and say, "Hey, I'm Hugh Huntley, and I'm here to save you money. You don't have to pay out to that company, but we definitely want the reward money."
Yeah, the 700 is if we wanted somebody to act as our representative.
Sounds good. I think a little distance would certainly help.
It may or may not after Knickknack's call.
That's true. All right. I guess we're sitting there waiting.
So the guy is like, he's just tuned out Knickknack, and he's like looking towards Hugh. He's like, I got enough saved up. If I took everything, I could give you 7k euro. I need just a little to get by. For 7k euro. Or what if I gave you some codes?
What kind of codes?
Corp codes.
What did you say?
KK hears everything.
What codes?
Corporate codes.
Corporate codes.
What are the codes for?
Codes to open doors. Codes to ignore vehicles going by. Codes to heighten or lower security.
Mm.
That's worth more than any money I could possibly give you. You could sell those for a lot, or use them for even more.
Right.
Ooh.
How about 7k and these codes?
Worst corp negotiator ever. There's a reason he's not above the first rung.
Oh god, you're just making this call so much easier for KK because they just heard all of that.
For purposes of getting Steve back in the saddle here, we'll say time flies as we're kind of going through this process, and Arizona returns.
Put my head in the back of the vehicle. Oh, he's still alive. And
like literally surprised. Oh, okay. Something new every day.
Knickknack's up to.
Okay. With their super cute bag over their head, they have their agent pointed like this, and they're doing like this, and they're calling, "You belong to us." And when someone answers, this is what they're getting. Ohio gozaimasu. This is your uber kawaii thief, Lupin the 77th. And guess what? I got your stuff. And shows the camera all at the medical equipment and runs over to the little guy. And guess what else I got? I got this little cutie here. Kisses his head. And he just told me that he has all these little codes that I can get into your building with. And I'll make you a trade. I'll give you him to kill and all your stuff back for how much this stuff is worth. But you gotta pay me first, because guess what? You ain't gonna see Lupin 77th anywhere. Bye. Click.
Yeah, right before you hear click, you say, "You are the third caller."
I was about to say this is probably the most confused receptionist ever.
We were not in that shot, right? You
No,
kept
no,
us
no,
out
no,
of
no,
it.
no.
Okay.
The
All right.
only people that would be seen is KK with the bag and old boy there, and that face was shown all the way on the camera.
The guy's eyes are wide. It's
I
like,
leave the camera
Jesus.
in a static position so I don't have to man it anymore, and I walk over to Arizona. How
And
are
I
things?
lean in. I'm like, so things haven't improved since I've been gone.
I guess that depends on your definition of improve.
Like, is there a payday coming in front of this, or should I just, walk out of the warehouse and pretend this never happened?
I think rather than make this more complicated, we should just talk to your fixer, claim the insurance, and this guy will give us probably $7,000 and some codes, and call it a day.
That seems like we're doubling our money here. I mean, I'm for that, but and I look over to where Knickknack's posing, for the empty camera. What are we gonna do about them?
I'm not sure yet.
Knickknack, your agent signals
Like-
an incoming call.
I'll
Knickknack's doing this. Puts the bag back over the head. Takes the pose. Holds the agent out in front of him.
I'll talk to him and set a place.
Okay,
Great. I'll talk to the corp.
So Knickknack, first of all, Knickknack, you on the other end of the video it's like kind of like it's basically like this dark room, like a halo behind this person's outline. There's no possible way to see the person. It's one of those. And they're like, we'll send exactly 2k euro to the account of your choice if you put a bullet in him in his face on screen, and then we'll pay you 5 for the delivery of the shipment. Contingent on death of corp in your possession. The dude's like,
KK walks over to him and goes and grabs his head and goes, "Something tells me the stuff in his head's worth more than that."
yeah, the line cuts out.
Just so we're clear, we can already get $6,000 from the insurance company if they want to make that kind of a shitty offer again. So,
Oh no, it's at past this point. KK is just thinking of fucking with this company now. It's like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna keep screwing with you now.
Okay. So Lionel, that's this guy's name, I've decided.
It is Lionel. Good call.
Lionel.
I was literally right here. Good job.
Wait, he's named after the Thundercats?
That'd be Lion. Oh, that's a different poser gang entirely, by the way.
Let's just go with what you've got. I'm going to assume that was a lowball offer, but I'm willing to take it as is. The $7,000, the codes, you walk free. We've got to have proof that a code works before you walk free, and we got to see the $7,000 in my account.
He kind of looks over to Knickknack. He's like, "Oh no, you're just not going to kill me."
You have my word. I'm Hugh Huntley.
KK immediately finally drops all. KK drops all character sense and goes, "Oh, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. With you alive, I now get to fuck with you belong to us any way I want. I can just take pictures of you and say alive and well, and guess what? I'm not going to kill him and go fuck yourself. So guess what? You have become the greatest sense of joy for me, and I will make sure personally you will never meet harm."
See,
Oh.
everything's going to work out just fine, Lionel.
The thing of it's like we're friends now. And if he tries to hurt you, I'll just shoot him in the face. No offense, KK, but yeah, business, right?
I shoot my account number to. Does Lionel have an agent?
I'll say he doesn't.
Okay.
That probably would have been stripped away from him by the scavengers. It's probably crushed under. It's in the the desert dust right now, crushed under the wheels of Mac's vehicle.
You want to just give up your bank account and get a new one?
He's like you can see the wheels turning, and it's like in the space of literally 45 seconds, he's gone from potentially a dead man to like a less rich but alive dude who maybe gets to go on with life and have joy again at some point in the future. It's like, okay, how about okay. Let me keep $5,000. I can give you the number right now. I just need a little bit to get going.
Just
I
need a
don't
little
like
bit
this.
of.
Yeah.
He's trying to rip us off.
You just need a little bit of what to get going.
Hey, I just need a little capital to, restart my life,
Oh, I gotcha. How are we gonna get this $5,000?
He's like, so actually, why don't you do another, what is conversation?
I put down my agent, just for a second. I'm like, so we're not making double the insurance payment?
It's my understanding is persuasion is about convincing somebody, whereas conversation is more engaging them sort of directly. Just,
That's fair.
I'm just gonna look it up, but not necessarily the skill of extracting information from people without alerting them through careful conversation. Okay. So persuasion is, hey, I want you to do that, and conversation is, hey, I want you to give me all the info, but really, I'm just playing nice cop here, and you don't realize what you're saying.
Right, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and let's do a persuasion. This is going to be a 15.
Are you talking to me?
I am talking to you,
All
Huntley.
right, persuasion it is.
21. All right. Yeah. So he's like, here, and he kind of reads off a long string of alphanumerics to you. And if you input that in the right place, this is not your guys' first rodeo. So if you put it in the right place, it's basically, this is a like a key code that includes an encrypted like routing and an account number type of thing.
Cool.
He's like, you empty that out, you'll get your 5K, and I'll give you the codes.
And as we tap this in, it shows us a balance or something.
Yeah, it shows an available balance that's now accessible to you.
And it's only 5K.
It's 7K.
Oh, okay. All right, let's split the difference and go for 6. I'll transfer 6, and then the codes.
Or he kind of seemed deflated. Like, again, he realizes maybe this was not the profession for him anyway. So yeah.
KK sends the coordinates of where they left the GPS the GPS tracker to the insurance company and says, "Can we get paid now? Here's the coordinates." But it's not to here. It's to the GPS tracker. It's with the clunker of the car that they put it on.
You're talking to the insurance company and
Yep, texting the insurance
Arizona
company.
is also working through the fixer.
Yep, Arizona was also working through that with Requiem, the fixer.
All right. So I'll say let's start with Knockback's conversation first. Conversation goes basically like, money on receipt of goods, and they have you punch in account numbers if you want that if you actually want payment and that kind of thing.
That we have to deliver.
Meanwhile, in the Batcave,
Please.
The rational conversation is happening over on Arizona's phone. What does Arizona's conversation look like?
Requiem, we got the stuff. Where do we drop it off for the insurance company to get paid?
He's like, I did not see that coming.
Oh, God.
I kind of dropped it, but I wasn't sure you'd actually do it. Holy crap.
Like, you got me at a bit of a disadvantage. What did you not see us doing? Succeeding?
Well, just doing it. I mean, okay. I mean, hey,
if you have some other way to, pay us out for it, I mean, I'm happy to give the merchandise to you. drop the funds in. Never, no one will be the wiser.
In Arizona, you're messing with my worst nature. You know, if I have anything to do with it, I take a cut. Just go through. You know what? We'll call this a favor. You do me a favor when I'm going to need it sometime. My tip. Got you what you needed. Just owe me in a favor someday. I know I can use your crew at some point. I'll make the call to the insurance company, and where is the stuff right now?
Unimportant in the city.
Oh, what?
It's unimportant where exactly it is. It's in the city limits. You make us a meet in the city limits, we'll get there.
You actually want to meet with them? Or do you want to drop it somewhere and have stuff put in your account?
I mean, I'd rather not see them because that's just one more opportunity for them to screw us over.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can trust the fixer, he can broker it.
Yeah, I've basically been contracted kind of to do just this. So you give me a location, I can, at this very second, I already have the euro, I'll put it in whatever account you want. But if it's not real, you've now hurt my rep, cost me this contract, and I'm going to have to find and kill you. You get that?
So, I'll turn the agent around, with me in front and, to show him the equipment.
Like,
and put it down and be like, stuff's here. I can give you the coordinates. Just give me a few minutes to get out of town.
Yeah, he's like, I won't.
Big players going after this stuff.
He's like, there's been some people that have been screwed over, but not with me. I play straight, just like you do, just like that Huntley guy. Don't tell him I said that. But he's like, you can see he's right now. By looking in his eyes, is like looking right and left and right. He's like multitasking behind the scenes. He's like, I got a call from my contact is saying that there is a competing bounty claim, but it's actually out in the outback. And they can verify that the GPS that's on the thing is there. So who's playing me around here?
Mike.
I swear to God, Arizona, I will fucking kill you myself if you destroy my reputation with this company.
Like,
I will kiss the bullet that I put into the gun that I chamber and put in your goddamn skull if you fuck this up. Do you understand, Arizona Smith?
KK just sent a text saying totally not a scam.
Trust me. I'm the tech on this crew. You don't think the first thing I did was ditch that GPS out in the middle of the wasteland where we found this? Like, if they're giving you coordinates, they are inaccurate.
All right.
I mean, my agent doesn't lie, and I'm like still, I'm talking to him, and I have the equipment in the background again. I'm like, we got it. We're in town. I can send you the coordinates. You send me the euros.
Show him a serial number on the
you
machine.
can pick it up, and we're all good.
All right. So, give me the coordinates. I'm going to put the money in your account now, and you hear like an agent signal that it's actually going to your account, Arizona Smith's account. And he's like, "Give me the coordinates and get out of there within 5 minutes because they're going to send in their own strike team to recover it."
I send him the coordinates.
All right, 5 and counting. Go.
Mac, we got 5 minutes to get out of here.
Let's help this guy with us. He still owes us some codes.
Knick-knack, I have no idea what you're up to, but I'm taking this payday. I need this payday.
What's the most valuable thing in this truck?
Nothing. It's hard for you to. Probably the most valuable thing is the most heavy thing that you will have no chance of ever lifting or moving the entire part of.
Yeah, the 2-ton, X-ray machine.
Yeah, these are like CT machine size things.
This is actually something I would like to roll for.
Okay.
KK wants to see if there's anything that he can run and grab and steal.
All right, roll electronics tech for me.
Meanwhile, I imagine it's Mac and, Arizona helping this poor Corbo, get into the back of our vehicle.
Oh yeah,
What is his name again?
Lionel.
Lionel, yes.
Lionel.
Need my book.
Yeah.
Where's my
Yeah,
book?
unhook the car from the tow, get Lionel situated. Give
I shared the timer that's counting down 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're about at 4, counting down now.
Make sure Lionel has a barf bag.
Always handy. If you're gonna spew into this.
Why
It's
would you
just,
need a barf bag?
just in case.
All right.
Just
Okay.
in case, Lionel.
Nick Nack, go ahead and make your roll, please.
Which one was it? Electronics?
Electronics tech. This is to kind of identify what's actually worth grabbing, if anything.
Gotcha. Oh, I just realized I do not have that skill of electronics.
Give it a shot. You
I
can
actually
only
don't have
fail, right?
electronics. Exactly.
You got this.
So which one?
Electronics tech is
It's-
a tech skill.
Yeah, it's linked to tech, so if you don't have it, just roll tech.
Yep. Doing it now.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm so screwed. Yeah, I see nothing.
Yeah, so you don't know it now, but your amazing find is going to turn out to be an awesome label maker.
Never underestimate a good label.
Yes, good. Touche.
I was just about to
Well
say
put.
that.
So
All right.
on the car stereo system, I'm going to have to spin up some men at work. As KK's going, we got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs.
All right. And that'll,
Make sure that KK can hear it.
ugh.
KK is upset that you didn't choose Man from Down Under.
Killing me. All right. That'll.
Sadly just goes back to Mac's car.
Yeah, in the television episode of this, we're about to go into commercial break, and as the car pulls out or the vehicle pulls out, and the kind of like the door locks on the storage area, all we hear is that the music, and then it slowly pans down, and we go to commercial break, which means we're taking our halfway break. So I'll see you guys in 10.
Okay. See you in a few.
See you in 10. All right. And we are back from break. So our team is kind of, popped into Mac's Go vehicle, making really good speed, but, kind of like, driving like you're avoiding police and other corp contacts, but not look like you're trying to avoid them. And
I can't help it. Drive casual.
Yeah, the corp in there is still quite uncertain of their fate, but again, it seems, knock knock, though psychotic, seems to make a very good argument for maybe he might live through this night. So Arizona, you do have the payout from the insurance company in your account. I believe that we agree that was $6,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, $6,000 from them, and then Hugh in your account, you have the extra $6,000 from there, and you have this dude.
I'm chatting with I think over the dude, over Lionel. I'm chatting with
That's awesome.
Nick Nack. I'm like, don't get me wrong, your heart and your mind was in the right place of trying to get us some extra euros, and we did, pointing at the guy right next to me. But I mean, as to anything else with you belong to us, I don't know. It didn't sound like there was much of a plan.
What's the deal with them, you and them, anyway?
KK is gonna reach in their pocket, and they pull out a really, really old picture. It shows the owner of You Belong to Us, Damian Leonidas, some beautiful woman, and what appears to be a baby Knock Knock. And KK
I know that nose anywhere.
And KK just goes, well, my dad owns that. Lot of history there.
I would imagine.
Unfortunately, I can't remember most of it. But I do know there's a lot of animosity, is the best way to put it.
Like, I mean,
Oh, so this is personal.
we got his codes. Maybe you can dig a little, and if there's a score to have, we're not going to turn it down.
Mr. Ford, your genius outweighs your
Mr. Ford.
and I still can't believe that is possible at times, but
You wound me.
So you are correct. KK turns to the new friend, Lionel. Mr. Lionel. Now, I know you've heard a lot of me saying a lot of names. My true name is KK. Well, knock knock, but please call me KK. And I promise you, I will not hurt you. Kind of shifts their eyes left to right. Today. I promise you will leave today safe and sound. Now, granted, you might be much poorer, but what's your life worth? Really? And I know you belong to us. You really wouldn't. You wouldn't have really gotten away.
He's like, mm-hmm. Mac, where are you driving? Casually.
I don't know. Are we supposed to be driving anywhere in particular?
I don't think so. Nobody's pointed anything out yet.
Home by a very circuitous route.
No doubt.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to take my time, and eventually, it's quite a distance from where we're going, but I'm going to make my way to my favorite restaurant in Night City.
So, KK, tell me a little bit more about this. You Belong to Us. Is that is your parents? Are they still alive?
I can guarantee you, my father is alive, and I would imagine like one of his
one
of the vehicles is going by saying, "A vote for Damien is a vote closer to getting rid of the Who Goes There killer."
Gotcha.
KK sits there and goes,
Right.
Now,
Nice.
my mother, on the other hand, that's an interesting question. KK kind of freezes and goes, let's talk about something else.
the guy, the corp dude trying to like bust his own signs like she's very pretty.
What kind of things does You Belong to Us sell as a corporate? What kind of businesses You Belong to Us in?
Brian, why don't you fill us in? Is this an out of character question, or is this a KK question?
This is actually Hugh trying to start building up background for a story, because at this point my mind is just a little bit blown, because like KK up to this point has been a hired gun, a solo A, to help protect me in the field, and B, already has connections, I think, to Mac. So this whole connection now is like long lost son of multi-billionaire owner of, blah blah blah, found traveling on the show with, like there's a lot to explore here. So
yeah, I suppose this is a Brian question. Should he already know what the company does? Is this well enough known? Is it a niche company where like you have to kind of be looking for their services to know them?
Okay, so I've done a lot of thinking about You Belong to Us, and pretty much this imagine this is pretty much Cyberpunk's version of Apple. They are a huge company. Everyone knows them. Damian Leonidas is the future version of Steve Jobs. He's very enthusiastic, and the idea that he could be a monster is the farthest idea from your mind.
gotcha. Did you cut out for a second? Did you say it's like the Cyberpunk version of Apple? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Okay, got it.
And Damian Leonidas, the owner, Knock Knock's father, puts on the persona that he's this enthusiastic, energetic man who has one arm, but he has a metal arm, and he always says it was a car accident, and that he endorses and loves family.
He like. So I just want to. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the question has to be asked: how does he project this persona when he literally owns a company that, up until now, I understood was based on basically slavery? How do you spin that for that positive vibe?
The same way Apple does.
I suppose so.
I'll do you one better. Okay, do we all remember the supervillain from Simpsons, Hank Scorpio? The very enthusiastic man that hired Homer. He was a supervillain who was going to destroy the world, yet everyone loved working for him because he had great benefits and he treated you like you were great. So that's pretty much what Damian Leonidas. That's pretty much what Damian Leonidas does. He forces you into slavery. You belong to him, but at the same time, you just feel like you are loved.
Like if I can just stand out, I can be someone.
He's a family man, but really just for families that are like up here at the top 1%, maybe those families. The rest of those families are just employees or slaves.
Pretty much,
but they're enthusiastic slaves.
And as Damian Leonidas, and as he discovered, families are the easiest way to get rich. You just feed them a line of bullshit, and they'll buy anything.
Probably somebody that my family has then hung out with.
Oh Jesus!
Time.
That's terrifying as hell. You can just imagine a baby Hugh or a little Hugh getting a treat from Mr. Leonidas, as his family calls him. Hey Hugh, you want to play with my son?
Uncle Damien.
There's a picture out there, unbeknownst to you somewhere, there's a picture of KK and Hugh playing together on like a corporate playground.
Yeah.
For reals.
Like on a teeter-totter,
Yeah, and in this case, I'm imagining there's like a message with that, like, look, when you apply effort, you rise. That's how business works. Remember that, children.
It's the worst. It's a MLM.
And for you to go up, someone else must go down. Way of business. Capitalism.
Arizona needs to know, what restaurant are we pulling up in front of?
This is important.
Great Han Mongolian barbecue.
Ooh. Nice.
Like, I see it with the jokes again.
I gotta go with the con.
It's like, I'm hungry. I hope the rest of you are hungry.
Or could eat.
Yeah. Through a straw.
I'm like, I'm good for a meal, but then I gotta take care of some business.
All right.
Oh.
Let's eat split cash and we still have to round up these codes.
Yeah, so
KK is entrenched in thought of the idea of what does Arizona do outside of here, thinking that he's Harrison Ford. So like, what does Harrison Ford do in the future?
yeah, no version of KK can put that shit together. It's a complete mystery. The other one thinks he's what Sean Connery or something. Or he's making Sean Connery jokes. Yeah,
Yep.
no version of KK can get this shit right. That's basically the bottom line. That's the common denominator. So is this a full-on Mongolian barbecue where you put all the stuff in a bowl, you go up there, they put it on the round flat top and serve you the heated up meat and vegetables and rice?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
I imagine it's all that, but without the person doing the cooking.
Ooh, what is it?
A machine.
Is it like actually like arms, like little robot arms or little insect like arms, or does it just go? Does it circle around to like behind, and something happens to it and it comes back out the other hole all cooked and stuff? Or
I'm kind of more imagining like a scoop, sort of like like a reverse hungry hippo, that just like slides it under, flips it over, chops it a couple times, then pushes it into your bowl.
Nice.
Totally impersonal.
Oh, cool. So
I could see your food options too being like, everything you take out gets microcharged, and there's
oh yeah.
real vegetables, and then there's these cubes that look like food and other
Meat.
things.
They look like meat.
Yeah. As you guys are doing your thing, probably in your vision or whatever, you're seeing like, premium item minus €5.
As you pull up a scoop, there's a little dollar value, right on top of it.
Right. A little augmented reality going on. That's funny. But yeah. So yeah, there and there's ironically there is still a tip jar on the grill.
Yeah, who gets this? I hold it up. Like, who claims this?
It is empty for those who are wondering. But yeah, before you know it, you're all served and doing the thing.
All
Yeah.
right.
Including Lionel.
Including Lionel. Lionel probably gets like a, if this is Mongolian barbecue, maybe some kind of imitation, milk drink type of thing. Oops. We lost Steve there for a second.
He's back.
I was going to say a very well chopped, tofu, stir fry.
Yeah, a little pureed almost, if you will.
Well, I'm sure they accommodate all types here.
Plenty of people getting surgery.
My fellow streamer Loppy JCF
Like-
has popped on by the way. Say hi to Loppy.
Calapi?
Hi.
Hello.
Like, so, as we're just chit-chatting over there and like, so the Fords need me to do some work for them. I'm going to be offline for about a day.
All right.
Of course, send me anything if you, have a lead.
Yeah,
I need
Lionel actually goes, "Oh, you're a Ford."
Wow, this guy catches on quick.
His body language is like he's one of the guys now. Like he's so sure that he's not going to get his face blown off that he's just like
he's-
chilling like a villain.
Like,
KK
he's
stabs
gonna
a fork into the table right in front of Lionel. Who says you can speak so casually to Mr. Ford?
And I will just hold a fork up to KK's neck and said, I said so. Now, you can kill yourself, or I'm going to have to make you take one of these yellow happy face chill pills again. You remember what happened last time that happened.
He doesn't actually. That's the thing.
We are
I don't
here to
think-
enjoy a nice, pleasant dinner. And if you are not going to be a nice, pleasant dinner companion, then you can just stand on up and put one foot in front of the other and go play on the expressway.
KK takes Lionel's milk,
No,
Reaches
you
over-
monster!
reaches over and takes Mac's plate and just starts eating everything.
Oh my god, those are fighting words right there. Yes. So yeah. So it's like,
Okay, so
go ahead.
so Arizona, I probably need at least a day to try to craft what the story's going to be here. I mean, obviously, we've got a lot of good action to work with, and
We got some
good
good
video.
stuff out in the Wasteland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to love the
I
stuff from out there.
Exactly. I think that'll be the majority of it. But I was also going to say too, there's like if you're interested in selling rights to anything on the personal side, I can weave that in. I can make a call, maybe get you a little extra money. So just keep that in mind, for whatever else is going on.
Like I got enough to worry about right now.
Yeah, just putting that out there. No obligations.
I need to do some work for them. I need to get this split taken care of so I can handle some other business. Be back online in a day.
Can I need a ride anywhere?
Like, I mean, you want to drive me off at the Falcon's Nest? Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem.
Oh, I got that reference.
Which reference?
For
Falcon's Nest?
taking some time to ramp up, you're getting there.
KK is now immediately jealous of Mac of getting to drive Arizona around.
This is good, Mac.
So how many would you say it's been enough time that Corked would have gotten back to me with the value of this guy that's sitting here with us?
Oh my god. The story is not yet done with poor Lionel. So so he basically you get a ding on your agent, and there's a couple there's like a very it's pretty skimpy dossier actually. Rich, the idea is, rich family, rich parents got him a seat at the table at we own you. I will never get that right. I really need to write it down.
You belong to us.
You belong to us. Yes, you belong to us. The same thing. It's the same exact thing. Some people call it what I call it. Okay, let's just do that.
That means they have a branding problem. They really need to work.
Yeah, they really should work on that. Yeah. So this guy, he basically got in because of old money. You probably caught like a couple a couple review chits that came in about him, kind of like, he's okay, but whatever. And it's such a skimpy dossier because it literally stops with a marked for liquidation note on it. It's already, by the time court got to it, he's already been identified and ready to be. Pardon me.
Bless you.
And just remember the company's name. They've got a great little advertising, jingle. And it's like, we are there for you, YBTU.
God. Oh, Jingle Master. All right.
Beautiful.
Well, if he's marked, then I would imagine whatever codes he's got are no longer eligible. But I'll be happy to show that to him so he knows where he stands.
Yeah, you can tell from his expression that he's not surprised. This is exactly as KK, foretold. This is what happens to dudes who fail, who apparently are not worth the time, and it's more of an effort to, save them and get them back in the company than it is to just empty their seat and find someone else to fill it, basically. Yeah, he does not look surprised at all. There is something about seeing, your own fate displayed officially right in front of you, though. What do you do now?
Yeah. I say we leave Lionel here. Make his way out of the restaurant.
With like
on a
1,000
note.
euro to his entire name.
I mean,
that's more than a month of living.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Good living.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not as good as he was getting, but
That's an
Yeah,
extent. He got a free con apt, but he still had to pay for a lifestyle. Although €1,000 will only rent you a container for a month with no food.
Yeah, he'll probably do a squatter or something like that, or get a roomie. I imagine there are still roomies to the tune of like a dozen per cargo container easily in this red age.
101 ways to make love in a hammock. Is that how that goes?
Something like that. Wow. Yeah, with the dozen roommates and one cargo container, I think it's like in the to the 10th power type of positions that are potentially there. So, yeah.
Many hammocks.
Many hammocks.
So in addition to the other drop-offs, I think one of the things that would be important for Hugh is at some point I've got to find out how my contact, what happened to my contact. Did she survive that brutal attack or not? So that's one thing I'm interested in. The other thing is to start digging in on what else is going on with Damien and KK,
Gotcha.
because I think that's probably my next story there until Arizona is available again.
So are you going to be putting something together for this recovery, this reclamation?
Yeah, for sure. What we've got now, I'll put that together. In fact, if we want to do that as downtime, I could do that.
Oh, sure.
Roll writing or something like that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that
Conversation.
on Discord and kind of bring it up next session type of thing.
Okay.
We do still have almost an hour, so if you do want to, we can definitely cover a whole bunch of stuff yet for each of you. Let's see. So let's see. So
Mac and Knick-Knack.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, KK.
yeah, what are you guys doing? What's Mac and Nicknack's plan after, or KK's plan after the you break from the restaurant?
So while sitting there and enjoying all the food and the pilfered food and the milk, KK's head started to really hurt and got up and started walking away. Right now, kind of flashes some images. I'll let everyone else go first, and then I'll let you guys know what those images are.
Oh gosh, stay tuned. All right, Mac. What's Mac's plan after he drops everybody off and has their own time?
Well, now that I've seen this burn notice on Lionel,
So that's what it is. Yeah.
that they're burned, and it's like, oh shit, they're gonna be out of a place to stay, and pretty much everything. And so Mac's gonna invite them back down to their DOS for at least a couple of nights and go, I didn't realize it was gonna be this shitty for you, but you have at least a couple of nights to at least try to get yourself on your feet. Maybe another one of these containers in this yard is empty now.
Yeah, there's this part of him that even, again, he's lived, just from the little, from the dossier, he's lived quite a, silver spoon type of life. And, he's just on the border of having to be homeless with just a K left, which isn't a lot, is in the grand scheme of things to him. This like stranger who basically just quasi kidnapped him, and guarded him for a potential murder. He's like, strangely is like, this is my best deal. There's the corp part of him that actually was, listening in corp school. And is like, you gotta evaluate your options. You gotta take the best one that has the best gains and the fewest losses. So you're already terminated. So even if this Mac, you see the gears turning, like, yeah. So even if this Mac guy, like, murders me in my sleep, I still had a night more of life than this. So he's like, yeah, now she's like, well, thank you. Is there anything I do for you? I don't like to. I like to earn my keep.
Yeah, sure. It's always useful to have somebody around to help out with things. But for tonight, my treat. we can figure things out tomorrow. Maybe we can talk better.
All right. So, Mac, since you're actually in control of the Lionel character right now, in the sense of, like, is Lionel now becoming an established NPC in future episodes, or is Lionel about to be cast away after a couple days of adjustment?
I am more than happy to keep Lionel around as an ally. Like, I mean, this guy got a raw deal. You know, try not to be completely shitty.
Mac is like the most empathic individual in the Cyberpunk Red era. It was like, wow, he's so nice. It has to be fake.
I don't know. I send flowers to, or
Oh yeah. Oh, good point. Good point.
wife,
Yep, you spend you spend the euro to send actual flowers to
a
a
flower,
widow.
but it was still a flower.
It's still an expensive flower, so yeah. Good point. That is there is some sentiment in this group, I have to say. Even KK and Hugh, I think, have their share when you talk about family and stuff like that. So I suppose that was unfair of me to say.
Hugh's just a little jaded, though. Like, he's also thinking, is this really a human interest story, or Stockholm Syndrome takes its course, or
The fastest onset ever
yeah.
of Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah. It's all right. So, let's see here.
I'll just note him down under the friends part of my sheet, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he'll be happily to crash at your place.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Anything else, Mac, before we go to KK's big reveal?
No, I mean, I guess not. That was mostly my plan.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
No.
Poor guy got stuck in the middle of it. Try not to get him murdered by KK, and then things get worse, and it's like, oh, fuck. When they burned him, it kind of went past just business.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's
Right.
KK up to?
Yeah, what's KK up to?
So it was actually seeing that termination notice that triggered the headaches and the extreme head pain. So as KK's walking around, can't even know where they are, sees 4 scenes. First one, it's a little child KK in the slums, and Damien scooping him up and holding him like, I finally found you, my son. How have you been lost for this many years? There's no voice or anything at this point. It's just him seeing that. Fast forward to KK in a business suit, sunglasses, long pink hair, and Damien handing him a contract basically saying, kill this person, and KK nodding. Number 3, KK seeing something on a video and crying tears of blood. And number 4, KK and Damien like in the middle of the desert fighting, and KK's literally cut his arm off. And those are the 4
my God.
scenes.
Damn. Talk about some PTSD, man. So yeah, so you're just doing this in the restaurant while everybody's still there. You're kind of like, or is this taking place in the car on the ride home?
It literally started at the restaurant, and all the way on the ride home, KK's just been like, oh God. Ah.
And everybody's just like, that's KK as usual, so let's just ignore him and do what he does, and don't touch him, or talk to him, or engage him in any way, or look at him directly, or sneeze. Excellent. So let's see here. Let's go to Arizona. So let's give us the next 24 hours montage of what Arizona's up to with the Ford's gang.
He's going to play nice, repair some vehicles, chat up some of the, I'll say, more established personas. But he's also going to call Requiem and try and make arrangements to funnel his portion of the funds to his family in the form of a doctor for his father, who was not doing well.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, do we divide up the cash, by the way, or do Arizona and Hugh Rich and Mac and KK got gas money?
I mean, Arizona doesn't play games with that.
I don't hold back.
All right, so it would have been $12K total, therefore $3K each, right?
That seems about right.
And that's before Hugh gives you the cut of the money from the video show. The episode he's about to cut.
Whenever that story gets published,
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll have to work that one out later. I'm having some trouble with legal right now over.
Yeah, it's a little muddy at this point. The lawyers are definitely like, yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of retracting, crossing out of names, blurring out of a lot of stuff here, etc., etc.
Which, yeah, they normally do that. It's just the rounds of it now are like going into like 6th and 7th rounds of that stuff. So that's not normal. So,
gotcha.
Plus, I've got to figure out, or they're telling me I've got to deal with this whole additional newscaster thing. I don't. They don't understand where that's coming from.
Or are you talking the KK angle?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he reporting?
On that. Yeah. The face of FYL is not necessarily represented there. So
yeah, I can tell you your superiors are pretty much saying that whole thing goes. This is the Hugh Huntley show. This is not the freak with the snake in his throat and the pink hair show. So keep it to brand. Basically, you're told that. That's not even a request. That's like that shit will never hit the air ever. Yeah, they have to keep on brand, and you're their brand. And KK's just scary side scene setting as far as they're concerned. Very scary.
Should we roll that writing now and split the cash on it, or should we wait and
let's do that? Let's do that on Discord, and we'll kind of talk about it next session.
Okay.
I mean, not to say we could do that. I want some time to pass before that comes to be type of thing, and we're not in the jump forward in time zone yet. I'm still trying to cover what you guys are up to right now.
Got it.
So let's see here. So I'd like to do a personal scene, kind of each of you, like the next, the 24-hour thing. Arizona, you spent some time with the right people. You probably did some minor scenes, doing some stuff, and maybe one of the more experienced what do you call it, Indiana Jones-ish genre guys shows you how to better hold the whip.
So I can actually hit something. That's good.
Well, no. The important part is the important part is that it cracks. It has to crack or it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's step number one. Make it look good, so that it cracks. That's the important part. Without hurting yourself, exactly. So they get that. There's even like there's like just like all good fanfic. There's like, what if Indiana Jones and Han Solo got together and fell in love? What would that look like? So you're approached by things like that, both private and for the group, to get in on. Not so much get in on. That's the wrong phrasing on that situation. I don't want to turn this poser gang into like this is not a complete orgy. Surely they don't shy away from sex, but yeah, there's a different club for that if you're into that. So
you're really digging a hole here, Scott.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to. No pun intended, right?
I don't know. Sex among the Ford poser gang sounds kind of incestuous.
Yeah, but you know they say that's like one of the biggest fanfics is what if these two characters got together, and it just kind of goes from there.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
well,
No, I
that's
don't want to see your internet history.
Yeah,
that's
no,
pretty
you do
much
not.
that's pretty much the origin of all fanfic. It pretty much started with, what about Kirk and Spock?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm on some strange list for all the shit I have to research to put together a decent session for you guys. So it's just
So I was just gonna say they found KK's fan fiction.
they found, oh god, KK's writing it. Oh god, under some pen name like LL.
Yes.
Under LL.
Yes.
Laffy says trying to imagine Hansel and Indiana Jones in the same room. That's a lot of Harrison Ford. Lappy, you can never have too much Harrison Ford. I'm here to tell you. So yeah,
that's one of the fan fictions is not enough Ford.
Not enough Ford. Yeah, the origin of every story, fan fiction or no, is the answer to the most important question in existence. What if?
So, what I wouldn't mind is, that we, sort of leave each of these with a role of some sort just to see like where things are at.
Oh, sure.
And, since I was, talking up people, conversation seems to make sense, even though it's definitely not my better or good skill, but
cool. No, that's a very good option there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fortune roll for those of you who have not played Blades in the Dark.
See? And that's why I roll it, just to add interest for the GM.
It's a 10. So like, yeah, so you accomplish a couple things. So in your 24-hour montage, you smooth out a lot of the ripples that were being caused by no fault of your own besides not being there. You definitely perform services, you fix some stuff. That's what you're known for throughout the group. So yeah, I'm going to say that you, even before this conversation roll, you had kind of done what you had to do to get in good graces. Now the failure of the conversation roll, I think, will be that you, I'm going to say there's like an up and comer, Harrison Ford who, it sounds strange, but he wants to be you. So, which is strange coming from a person in a poser gang, which you're already there. This is like a,
I have a stalker, or I have someone who wants to make sure I get replaced.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. What's that movie with the dream inside the dream? Inception. This is Ford Inception. This is like God. You're in a poser gang with the Fords, and you want to be a Ford, the Ford, that Ford. So yes,
it's Fordception.
So yes, Arizona, you're well aware that not everybody.
Some creepy vibes from this person.
Yeah. Like I say, you're quite aware that not everybody. I mean, okay, you are in a poser gang. This is a potentially violent bunch. I don't want to play this as they're just cosplayers. These are people who are not to be fucked with.
But body sculpting doesn't pay for itself,
Yeah, it sure the hell doesn't. But it's like they're still on the, I don't want to say on the periphery, but there's people in there who are not stable. There's people who really do think that they're Harrison Ford, and they're kind of ridiculed because this is not. You don't want to, be in Harrison Ford. It's going back to my earlier joke. You want to like. It's kind of like a drag queen is a female impersonator. They're not trying to be female per se. So in the Ford's gang, you don't want to be Harrison Ford. You want to imitate him being the purest form of flattery type of dealio. So yeah, you have these guys, but this guy is probably one of those. You are closer to Ford than he is, and he wants what you have in relationships and et cetera, et cetera. So you're an up and comer in the gang.
I mean, normally I just watch out for the Richard Kimballs, but someone who's going after my spot, I get it.
Richard Kimball's. Please tell me where we got that reference. Okay, we'll talk about it later. All right. Okay. Cool. Excellent.
Googling.
Oh, damn it! You don't get to Google. All right, Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So your next 24 hours is kind of like, so you and Lionel are hanging out, and he again, you sense that he just knew that he was destined not to do very well in this whole corp role, and maybe he didn't want to be a corp, but that's what, if your family, that's what their family does, that's what you do, especially if they're rich. To 1%, half a 1% degree, like his parents probably were. And he's like, you can see he's like thankful. You can see he tries to clean up and stuff like that. If something's out of place, he puts it away. That kind of thing. He kind of inspects the area, and as you're kind of doing your thing, he kind of catches on to the fact, he was born in a different world than you, and it eventually clicks that you're a freaking nomad. It did not occur to him, like he probably never actually met a real one before in the flesh. And he's like, through his, again, restrained jaws, like, I was on that vehicle because I'm part of the transportation department. I know I might not have been a good moneymaker, but I knew how to move things place to place. I mean, I can help you.
You can help me. Mm-hmm.
I know people who want to get things to the one place to another, and I know routes, and I know stuff like that. It might be able to help someone like you.
That definitely could be an actual help. Well, so you're in transportation, all kinds of routes that most of us don't know, and people who want to get stuff from point A to point B without anyone knowing?
Well, I had some of those, yeah. Definitely. We do it all.
Well then, this might prove to be a fruitful friendship after all. Perhaps, if we see how things shake out, it could be a partnership.
I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, if I can just get a little corner over there, that's all I need for now.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll go and set up like the air mattress and whatever up to one side. I've already got my cot, so.
Yeah, so he's kind of quickly accepted his fate. Again, you get the sensation that this is, you kind of, in a way, you all have rescued him from the life he didn't want to be in anyway. So this is a get out of jail free card, almost literally.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he's good enough behind the wheel and under the chassis, whether or not the family wants to take him in. If not, I don't know. We can probably find something useful to do. If nothing else, I can have somebody to run my errands for me.
There's that. Exactly. You're like the group's courier for all intents and purposes. So yeah, for you to have your very own courier, or concierge almost, that'd be something else.
Intern.
Oh Jesus, he had to go intern. Mac has his own intern now. Lionel.
Well, we're out driving, so I guess it's more of an out turn.
At least it's not a wrong turn.
Excellent. Cool.
2 wrong turns don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
That's what UPS likes.
Well, the opposite. Yeah, UPS uses computer algorithm to design the routes for their drivers so that they make as few left turns as possible.
Oh, it's the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, because especially because you write on red in that, it maximizes how far they can go, minimizes the time they have to wait for traffic lights, and all of that, and saves gas.
Yes.
It saves a huge amount of gas.
Someday I'm going to win Jeopardy, and I'll be like, and for double Jeopardy, I want to say UPS. What is UPS? And I just like, this one goes out to Jason. You're not getting a cent of my winnings, though, you bastard. But thank you for the answer.
Also fun, like in New York City, UPS and FedEx pay something like $5 million a month in parking tickets because they
Oh, wow.
explicitly instruct the drivers, park illegally, make your delivery, take all the tickets, and just keep going. Because it's cheaper for them to pay the parking ticket for being like double parked or something than it is for the delivery truck to try and spend time trying to find a parking space.
Sure.
I get that logic.
Yeah, to the tune of like $5 million each a month just in New York City.
That's insanity. Welcome to corporate capitalism. No, we're totally not on the road to Cyberpunk Red at all. No, it's just don't even do that. All right, cool. KK, what does your evening look like after you're dropped off? Your 24-hour montage.
So, KK actually remembers something. All of the things that KK did while asleep as Knock Knock, and Knock Knock was killing people, it wasn't random murders. They were all higher-ups of You Belong to Us.
Interesting. Now, how did the police not put that together as a link, though? Or have they? Are they covert assets, perhaps?
They were actually each KK remembers specifically each one of these targets was someone on one of his teams of when he was assassinating people.
Okay. So yeah, they probably aren't like, on the directory at the company.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Black Ops.
They're Black Ops
The Black
assets
Ops.
that are
Mm-hmm.
denied, or what's the word?
Denial of assets.
Deniable assets. Yes, exactly.
And so KK has just been kind of putting it together that why have it that had been secretly getting revenge and trying to atone for something, but what? So it actually will just look like KK sitting there talking to themselves. But in their head, Knock Knock is sitting in front of them, and KK's having a conversation with Knock Knock.
Oh, interesting. Interesting that you put it like that. So KK is the more real, perhaps.
And
or are they?
Actually,
Do we know? Does anyone know?
One of the things that they're talking about that Knock Knock is going to say is that the only thing they remember is that KK showed up when they were 10.
He's the one that kept him alive on the streets. Am I blowing your thunder here? I'm sorry. The word, the phrase.
No, you're good.
Who's thunder?
That's actually one of the
Aaron got it.
That was one of the things that KK is the more mature. KK was the one it's coming to him that KK was the one that was the protector. Knock Knock. So if you put it in like this, KK is more of the, if you consider their craziness, KK is the sociopath, Knock Knock is the psychopath. And KK is meant to keep it under control.
Gotcha.
So basically this montage is just a lot of KK trying to learn a lot more about themselves.
Interesting.
And maybe find out a real goal. What's the end game? Why is all this going on with them? And what the hell are they trying to atone for?
Interesting. Cool. Awesome. So like so there are things that are hidden from one another. This is not a shared mind. This is one persona takes control and knows things. The other persona takes control and knows things.
The last thing Knock Knock tells KK is that all I remember is that you always told me is when it got scary, I can go to sleep and you will make sure everything's okay when I wake up again.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
So yes, two minds, but yeah, they hide secrets from each other. And KK's thinking Knock Knock's hiding a secret, and Knock Knock knows KK's hiding a secret.
Yeah, this is like manipulation rolls between the two of them. So in the Arizona Smith rolling category, let's do a conversation roll.
Is it opposed?
Yeah, you know what? Let's make it opposed. Tell me which one's KK, which one's Knock Knock.
Okay.
Well done.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, which one's the first one?
First one is going to be KK.
Excuse me.
What skill does what does that go off of for conversation?
Empathy.
Oh God. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, there's KK,
Oh my god.
and there's Knock Knock.
Oh wow. All right, so I'm going to say that they're really good at keeping secrets. They're not able to kind of finesse anything out of the other at this point. So secrets will remain secrets for now, I think.
Okay, you know what? I got the perfect way to put this then. They may share a body, but they damn well don't trust each other.
Oh, interesting. That's a tagline for something out there. Huh. I'll figure it out later. Excellent. Good call on the opposed rules, by the way. All right. Hugh, what's your 24-hour montage look like?
That's a good question. So one of the big things that Hugh is interested in, besides potentially slipping away to crash another award ceremony, maybe an Employee of the Year thing, would be to follow up on what happened to his contact.
Oh, remind me what her name was again?
Whether or not she survived.
And to refresh my and the viewers' memories, is that, let's see, so he was supposed to meet a contact that was going to let him know something about his family, and when he got there, she was on the floor bleeding out, basically. Is that
Right.
Is that a correct recollection there?
Right. Yeah. So. Yeah, she was formerly legal for Requintado, which was the family's pharmaceutical company. And after they broke up, she went to work for another group. But in the meantime, she supposedly had a lead for me, again, having to do with, which companies are most likely to be behind the takedown of our family company. And when I went to go over to her condo on the river, found her literally torn apart, overdosed on Voir, which is the big drug that made Requintado what it was today, or what it was then. And Voir has some very interesting side effects, including one that overall kind of rids people of all future ailments, type of thing. So I wasn't sure what, first of all, I never had a chance to follow up because the medical technicians had finally hit the scene, and Hugh is not one for much blood, and so he had to get out of there. But in the back of his mind, because Voir is got all this other mysterious bullshit, a lot of mythos to it that isn't true. He can't help but wonder, like, is she possibly still alive, or is she dead? And if she is dead, what else can I find out? Like, I'd like to try and hunt down that trail, figure out who might have taken her out. And right now, based on who was also at the scene of the crime, it was, let's see, what's his name? Oh, yeah. So strangely enough, the operations and cost control director for FYYL was also there. Hugh always calls him Rubber Boy, not to his face, of course, but everything kind of bounces off of him.
So that person was like with you, like with you,
No,
or
he
was
there independently. Like,
oh, interesting.
Because Hugh just needed to get the hell out of there, I did no follow up with that, so that's also kind of just hanging out there. It's like, what the hell was that guy doing there? But anyway, the whole, long story short, yeah, trying to find out, and I can't find the text of what I wrote up about this. I can't remember where I stored it. Maybe I put it under
Bad
the
reporter. Bad reporter.
I know, right?
Well, let's see if this cuts through any. So, pardon me. In what way are you going to try to research this? Now, you are a media. You have
That's right.
You do have skills for this kind of thing. Let's
Well,
see
I think
here.
the first thing is the basics, like, check the closest hospital or wherever they would have potentially taken her to find out, did she make it or is she in the morgue? Like that should be a pretty straightforward one. But depending on what he finds out from there will be either, where is she now? If she's alive, if she's dead, do I still get access to her apartment, or am I going to have to go through other means to figure out, clues basically as to, um, and that I think becomes more of a probably along my class role or my, I forget what you call it, my credibility
Yeah, so we can
role.
we can work with that as like we can start with like a rumor. So why don't you
Okay.
roll let's see here. The relevant stats, like how are you going to do this? Are you going to converse with somebody, do a library search?
Yeah. So this might be kind of a, let's see. So is there a rumors skill? Because I don't
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
have
so
that.
so what is the skill though, like the skill that you want to use with this? Like are you conversing? Are you doing a library search? How are you accessing these rumors, this rumor mill, etc.?
Yeah.
In what fashion?
Yeah. So probably a conversation based skill.
Okay,
Um.
so conversation plus empathy plus 1d10, please.
All right. Ooh,
All right.
not so great.
Let's see. So you got a 9. That gives you a typical rumor. So not a
Okay.
lot to go on. So typical rumor level is rumor is enough to know where to go next on an investigation. It contains enough information to get a passing glimpse of this supposed truth of the core or the core of it. Actually, I'm sorry. That's a passive. We'll call that a passive for this time. But not much more than that. So you get the idea that the night in question, there was a glut of people coming into the emergency ward of the nearest hospital, and they were it's strange, but they were all male. There were no women or neutral individuals who showed up in the emergency area.
Okay. So
So,
yeah,
and
and I don't really
that's
know
where
her
they would have
personal life.
gone. Yeah, no, was that?
I don't really know her personal life, so I don't know if that would be out of the ordinary for her or not. But oh, but what you're saying is no females were admitted
Correct.
to
So
the
your person
local.
did not get to
Gotcha.
any hospital around there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So then I guess I would be doing some kind of library search for what has hit the news. Was her death reported? Obituary? That type of thing.
Yeah. So let's see here. Trying to see if there's
Or
another.
was there any other news that was already run through the wire that I, could be
Gotcha.
checking through FYYL sources?
Okay. Well, let me look real quick over at the table, the credibility table. Let's see if what applies here, if anything. So you're rank 4. Let's see here. Yeah, so you have like city gang honcho, minor politician, corp exec, well-known person, neighborhood. That's your audience, your believability. Okay. So why don't you? Let's see here. So your brother is pretty much tapped at this point. He is not going to be an available resource for you to kind of do any searching. So would you want to do like a library search or try to find a
Yeah.
contact? is basically where we
No,
gotta go.
I think it's probably a library search. I mean, unless contact. How would contact work?
Well, you have again, you because of your credibility rating, you do have sources. Like I said, they can. There's sources
Sure.
can be city gang honcho, minor politician, corporate exec, well-known person, neighborhood. So we can say what you
Yeah,
you're going to a contact and trying to get this information.
yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Hugh's definitely more of a interactive, talk to somebody type of guy. So
Okay.
stay with us. Hold on.
So who is this person?
All right. So should I roll credibility? Oh, what? And what's in my level at 4? Like
City gang
total numbers?
honcho, minor politician, corp exec, well-known person in neighborhood.
Probably well-known person in the neighborhood. So like somebody who was on the, she was in a condo.
There we go.
Somebody who's on the condo board, chair of the condo board or something like that.
Okay. So you're just gonna go meet them in person, call them up. What's your mode?
Yeah, no, I definitely would want to go meet in person. Hugh tends to have, more ability because he's able to, he has extra perception when it comes to things like lip reading and, figuring out if people are lying and stuff like that. So due
Gotcha.
to his cyber eyes. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you end up knocking at a door. Door chime opens and there's like a camera up above the door, as there is in higher level suites or condos.
I'll act as if I don't know it and kind of like fix my hair anyway.
Yeah. You've mastered the nonchalant look pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the voice comes out of like the same camera. It's like, Hugh, what are you doing here at this hour?
I'm really, really sorry to bother you, but I just finally got back into town and I have not had a chance to figure out what's happened to Ashley. And I was wondering if you had a few minutes, if you could tell me anything you know. I'm really worried about her, or worst case scenario, I just need to know if she's got family that I would need to contact.
Okay. Go ahead and make a let's see here. Let's actually, for this one, let's do a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. Big numbers, no whammies. Not bad.
Okay. So yeah, so she's pardon me. She you kind of hear her hesitate, she's considering things. And then you hear her voice quiver, and this is what catches you. It's in your brain, this sets off all kinds of alarms. This person is not a pushover. She's, probably a minor corporate exec somewhere, then running this place or having some throw over this place is what she freaking does and gets off on. This is her domain. But you hear this quiver in her voice, and she's like, all you hear is, just run quick. Now. What do you do?
Just run quick.
Too slow. Basically, there's an explosion. The door blows open, hits you. Will do a little harm there, and there's like fire everywhere. There's like liquid fire spraying everything. You were saved from this fire blast by the door, but you'd still probably at least bruise some ribs in the altercation here.
How does luck work in this game?
Luck can add to your rolls.
Yeah, you spend luck to add to your roll, 1 for 1. I believe you have to declare it before you roll, and it refills each session.
God, I love having a rules expert in my crew. You keep going with your bad self, Jason.
All right, so how much harm do I take?
Let's see here. What's I'm assuming you're wearing your armor jack.
I probably am only wearing my faux leather suit of Kevlar, so it's like 7 head, 7 body.
All right. Why don't you just take like two levels of damage, two harm, and mark the armor down.
How does that work with HP? Because I've got like, does that mean I go from 45 HP to 43 HP?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to say that this was it
Okay.
was an explosive thing, but your armor jacket or your clothes will actually protect you from a bulk of it.
Gotcha.
This was definitely not made to hurt you, or it would have been a lot worse. This is just a side effect of hurting people inside. And probably a shape charge at that. So in such a small setting, you're lucky that just being on the receiving end of this door, it's like, yeah, this could have gone a whole lot worse, but I wasn't the target type of thing.
So now there's like smoke in the hallway and the fire alarm.
Yeah,
and
alarms are going
all that
off.
stuff.
So like,
I'm like,
yeah, you're now in the scenes of
holding
2
myself.
murders potentially. So yeah. The media side of you says this is a good story. The guy who was caught at 2 scenes, probably the killer. That's what your inner mind says about this scene right here.
I have to at least get a visual of what's inside before I split. I've got to see what's going on. Like, is there a splattered body on the inside, or
there is what looks like. So if you see inside, you see all the furniture is literally every surface that there is on fire. Every surface.
Oh God.
In the middle of the room you're looking at, like you're looking in towards what would be like the kitchen, right just on the right side as you look in, you see what would be like the kitchen island, and there's a figure, and it has their hand on the island, but they're pretty much it's like someone freeze dried him and set him on fire. It's this carbonized husk of a thing frozen in place by the sudden heat from this explosion.
God.
Probably the one you were talking to. No, there's no possible way to identify beyond it looks to have curves like a feminine figure.
Right.
Which in Cyberpunk Red is meaningless. This is body sculpting. Again, this is we're not quite to transhumanism, but it's getting to the point where that is all very not important or meaningful.
Can I make a perception roll to see if I can pick up any clues that would tell me anything about like why or any kind of leads?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception roll and add in what do you call it? Your whatever you have for your cyber eyes. I think you have something, right?
Yeah, that's already in there. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, 24. Okay, well, let's give you something. I'll say that I'm going to say you see what you could swear to freaking goodness was like there's like the far window which has been shattered outwards and stuff. On the edge of that windowsill going out, it's like a balcony type thing over the edge. You see like past the glass, you have the balcony. Maybe I could describe that better. Balcony, glass has been shattered out. Balcony has like a railing around it. On the kind of like a cat, it's with its both feet on top of the railing, and looking back at you and giving you one of these. You could swear to freaking God it was Knick-Knack.
What?
And then just jumps. One of those leaps where it's like, oh my God, they're going to fall to their deaths. But you go over there and if you were going to go over through the fire and go to there, you would see nothing at the base.
I can't. Hugh basically can't help himself to try and follow. So like wherever the story is, like that's kind of one of his what's the word? Not downfalls, but like weaknesses.
Hubris.
There's that too.
Yeah, hubris. Yeah, like he will extraordinarily risk what's going on in order to try and stay on the trail of what's going on. So,
all right.
so he definitely would go look.
All right, I'll say you take another 10 harm. Now you're in a fireball. Basically, you're actively burning stuff. But if you're willing to take 10 harm, you can get through that and look over the edge. And again, you won't find anything, but you will find like what looks like a grapple hook type thing still there with a level with like a spool of very thin, not monofilament, but very thin and strong rope. You've seen this on the TV shows on your own channel, like, you know, those elite shock troops, you know, rappelling down sides of buildings and shit like that.
Is there anybody I can take a shot at?
No, absolutely nothing is down there.
Okay. Can I use this? And if not, can I even get back through the room?
If you want to take more fire damage, I suppose you're kind of painting yourself in a corner here. You're either
Should
going
I
down
be
that, you're either going down that
different?
rope, or you're going back through fire,
Okay.
or you're
Yeah,
you're
if I
standing,
can go down the rope, I will.
or you can wait for the fire people to come.
That seems potentially reasonable. As long as everything out here is cement, glass, and metal, you know.
Yeah, it depends on how fast they come.
All right. So yeah, tell me what you want to do.
I really don't want to necessarily be here, but I don't want to flee the scene either. I did nothing wrong. So,
Right.
I guess
It's an athletics
I will
roll to see
wait.
how you go down, if you want to do that.
I was
Roll
gonna say,
for what?
you have a good suspect you could turn in.
Nice. Oh shit!
Yeah. We're gonna
Betrayal.
talk later.
Your inevitable betrayal.
I'm sure their alibi's good.
Curse you and your inevitable betrayal.
I would
Sudden
use a
but
grappling
inevitable.
hook.
All right. So last roll of the night. Roll. Go ahead and roll athletics if you're going down that thing.
Athletics to go down the rope.
Yep. If that's your
Okay.
choice.
Hey!
You made the basic. Go for it. You're going down, not up. So I suppose that is far easier. It's just a matter of control. I'll say that you do get to the bottom safe, but you won't take any more harm. But your hands are definitely rope burned. Just trying to kind of. This is not like your thing.
Yeah.
Scaling down, you know, thin cords in the middle of nowhere. You get down, and there's so many different directions that this individual could have gone. They're a ghost right now, but you're out of the fire.
Yeah, so and I think at this point Hugh will have more to gain by staying here and giving witness to what happened, simply because it may also then help attract attention to him. Somebody may come looking for him, you know, and there'll be less legwork that he has to do to continue finding what's going on in this story. So.
Okay, so you're gonna make like a tree and leaf.
No, I'm saying I'm going to stay and give
stay.
as much information as I can.
Oh,
to
I see. Okay.
Inspectors.
All right.
Or
so
detectives.
Sirens in the distance approaching, and so if this was a TV episode, then the very next scene would be we cut to KK's home, and he's sitting in a chair. They're sitting in a chair. Talking to no one, going back and forth. Well, you better tell me exactly what happened, or I swear to God, you'll do nothing of the sort. You'll do you'll get to know what I tell you, and back and forth, and that's going on like presently. So if we were to do this scene simultaneously, and that's where we'll end the session.
Good one.
So why don't you for next session? Why don't you each write down another 30? I think again these are kind of like the average rewards, but we haven't done anything completely dangerous or outlandish or anything this session. But you were definitely role playing your asses off, all of you. So let's actually, you know what? Let's give you a 40, 40 SP or improvement points, whatever the hell they call them. Thank you, Lappy. Lappy says, "Good game, folks." Thank you, Lappy.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so not a lot of shooting this episode, and then that's okay. Cyberpunk is more than just about hyperviolence, etc., etc. Sometimes it's about acting out scenes from Star Wars, but that's not important here. The important part is we had a good time. Thank you guys. You're awesome. As again, I really hope viewers, Lappy, etc., you're kind of seeing that these are really awesome role players, and they're kind of showing their thing. There's depth to these characters. They have wants and needs and objectives, and they're a little crazy too. So, like, all of them have their own little niche stuff. Yeah, Lappy says, yeah, role-playing games were role-playing. You certainly did that. But yeah, so thank you again to my players for being awesome as always. Let's see. Let's say goodbye to our folks for this evening. Let's start on this side now with Brian. Why don't you tell us about where we can find you when we're not here on Scott's Case Files?
Well, of course, when I'm not here, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Nerdy Brian, or on YouTube with Horror and Dubs. And keep your eyes open, because I have quite a few roles I have to finish sending out auditions for. But I will be venturing out more for the roles of voice acting here in the future.
Awesome. We look forward to that. And yeah, like you say, there's possibilities on the table already, so that's awesome. So that's really cool. Jason, goodbye. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being awesome.
Hi, Jason. You can't find me anywhere else online because
He's ours.
Fame, glory. Jasons do not see such things.
I'm yours. Oh, we need to talk about that later, KK.
Oh my. And Jason, our belong to you. We have Steve.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Steve, I gotta ask, you don't have to answer if this is too personal. How is your gaming schedule looking these weeks? Are you booked up like usual? Make me jealous.
It's usually pretty good. It's booked up to make you jealous, but at the same time, everyone's adults, so half of the sessions usually don't happen. So
right, because we have lives and responsibilities and stupid crap like that.
I went from 4 this week to 1. So
oh no, that makes me sad inside.
That's good.
All right. Well, yes, I live vicariously through Steve a lot, so there is that. And last but not least, we have Aaron.
I kind of like the fact that we got like 100% undivided Steve because one game. So.
Yeah, we got 100% of Steve's gaming this week, so he's not dividing it up. He's not giving us the leftovers. This is entree, appetizer, dessert, and alcoholic beverage all in one for this.
That's how I can multitask and look up random Ford facts.
And you do well. All right, awesome. And I am Scott's Case Files, the channel you're watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and follow me. You can also subscribe. I recently became an affiliate at Twitch, so do that if you like. If you're watching this video on YouTube, all my information is below, and I hope you enjoyed your time, because I know I did. And again, I consider myself very fortunate to have these players. They really are really amazing role players, and I appreciate all that they do, and you should too. So, on that note, I wish you a fond farewell. Go out and do good things, bring joy to the world, and go forth and do no harm. And we will see you soon.
Go out and do good things? That wasn't part of the contract. I'll have my agent call you.
Yeah, call my people.
Damn you, Scott! Damn you!
I don't have people. Just so you know.